This guy says in the description, here is further proof. I was told by a Zionist that they were going to report me and said I was a motherfucker and a liar, so I made this video for further proof. Well, he obviously made his case, and the proof was something in which they cannot dispute. So, what do? They remove the video, of course. David Irving in Dresden. Now, this is one of my favorite cities in the world, on a side note, and the atrocity that took place there needs to be known as well, but apparently they don't want people knowing that. This one entitled, Is the EU the New Soviet Union? This one, again, back to Dresden, called Never Again, the Dresden Holocaust. Something else they don't want people knowing about. This one entitled Holohoax, video unavailable. This one entitled Sigmund Freud's Zionist Subversion of Christian Culture. Now, I have one of my degrees in psychology, so this is something that I'll definitely be interested to look further into. Again, if they weren't trying to hide this, I wouldn't feel so compelled to dig deeper. This one entitled Israel Ignores International Laws, something that everyone knows, but yet, as this person says here, yet nobody cares. Another one called Jewish Ritual Murders. Don't know what that's about, but nonetheless it was removed. This one, Judeo-Bolshevik Murderers of the Spanish Civil War. Again, something else I'm not familiar with, but I'll be sure to look into it now. Harvard Zionists Loot Russia. Mind you, this is just one playlist, and the vast majority of these videos have been removed. This one, entitled Zionist Neocon Admits World Conquest, Vote Ron Paul. Of course, that was removed. This one, entitled History Channel Admits Rockefeller Population Control Agenda. A look at the Zionist General Wesley Clark. Mind you, this brings up another point, that not only has our government and the political system been completely overrun by these foreigners, but also the military has as well. We have Israeli dual citizens that are running the armed forces. I forget his name, but there was a Jewish Israeli general that was just put to the command of the Air Force, who also has ties to these people as well. Jewish American political scientist supports resistance. That's one thing that they simply cannot have, is a former Jew speaking up against their system of tyranny and oppression. A new Jewish state in Germany or Austria. David Cole on the Holocaust. Of course, all of these Holocaust videos are the first ones that they remove. They died as heroes. The rest is in German. But nonetheless, they can't stand to have heroes made of anyone that fought against their system. Back to the Armenian genocide, banned as well, of course. The Holocaust, to sum it up, and in their description they say, we conclude by looking at how the belief in the Holocaust leads to unfair United States foreign policy in the Middle East, and from that, what Americans then spend their lifetime reading about in the newspapers. Doesn't seem like anything hateful or over the top to me. This one, entitled Jewish Money Controls Presidential Candidates. And this is Seymour Hersh, who's just simply pointing out that Jews control the presidential candidates. I believe this man to be a Jew himself. Why would he point at other Jews if it wasn't true? And why would this video be removed? An honest politician. Of course, that was one of my videos that got removed, and that was just Jim Condit pointing out simple connections that are clear to make, that basically Jews are running things, and that video's gone. And countless others. This has happened to us all. We can all see this for ourselves. Anytime there's a message that presents facts in a clear, reasonable, and unbiased manner, they get removed. Now, if you were to come online and start screaming, kill all the Jews, and acting like a fool, then they would leave that up. True hatred, they would leave up, because that would further their cause, and they would be able to use that as an example of, hey, look at this hate. Look at these people that are just hating on Jews for no reason at all. But any facts, anyone that speaks calmly and reasonably, these are the videos that get removed. I'm living proof of that. All of my videos are living proof of that. As well as this one person's playlist that I just went through, not even my own, and you can see for yourself that each and every one of these videos, at least most of them, aren't preaching any hatred, at least not in the titles, and I've seen many of them, and I know for a fact that they didn't, and they got removed. Notice this trend for yourself. Look for this information. See how long it lasts. This Benjamin Friedman speech has been posted I don't know how many times, and it keeps getting removed. Why? This is simply a Jewish person speaking about facts, things in which he saw and witnessed with his own eyes, where he finally got a conscience later in life and decided that these things were so over the top and so inhumane that he felt compelled to speak about them, to let the rest of us know. Now, if you choose not to listen to a person like that, that's one thing. But when these people choose for you, and they want to keep you from even hearing him in the first place, then that ought to let you know where you stand in their eyes, and what plans they have, and how they view you. They view you as a slave. They don't want you knowing these facts. And if these weren't facts, they would dispute them. They would comment on the videos based on the information that's in the videos, rather than the same trivial, pitiful attempt that they have to label us all as being Nazis and anti-Semites. Reasonable, intelligent, and good, honest people that they try to demonize and call us evil and hateful names. It's just a smack in the face, because they're the ones that are carrying these deeds out. They're the ones that are truly hateful. But not only do we have to deal with them, and we can't because our message is censored, but we have to have them projecting their evil ways onto us and mislabeling us that in which they themselves so clearly are. So once again, don't take my word on any of this. Look this information up yourself, and in many instances you won't find it because it's already been censored. But that should just make you look even further. It's out there. You might have to look for it, might have to put a little bit of effort into it, but it's there. Why? Because of people such as my subscribers, who are willing to spread this message at any and all costs, who are constantly downloading and re-uploading these videos because they need to be heard. People need to see the facts and then decide for themselves, and that's all we're trying to do. They are making a concerted effort to keep these messages away from the average person. We're doing all that we can to counter that, just so that you can decide for yourself. Now you tell me, what does that make you think? Who does that make you think's on the side of righteousness? Those who have nothing to hide and who are doing everything they can to get this information to you, or those that wish to keep you naive, under their control, and that don't want you knowing anything other than what they tell you? Well, you decide for yourself.